Don't forget the Palestinian brothers and sisters in your du'as. I'm going to leave a link in the description in case you want to donate to a charity that has a 100% donation policy. Assalamu alaikum guys, and welcome to another episode of Smile to Jannah. Patrick Christie has got some news for us. Let's react.
Welcome to Sharia Britain.
Thank you, mate. It's good to be here. Okay, he seems to be playing a very long clip of something labeled Muslim Charity Run 2025. Okay, very good. Helping the less fortunate is something that should be encouraged, Christie. Yeah?
All right, let me play that for you again. So tell me, when you see this, what is it you notice? We've got a park run going on here. It's organised by the East London Mosque, and there don't appear to be any women. Do there? Oh, here's why.
That's very odd. He proceeded to answer his own question. I thought this was a bit of a game at the beginning. What do you notice? Where's Wally? Oh, there he is. It's Christie himself. One odd thing to highlight. There's no women there. Okay, as you proceeded to say that, I noticed there was no woman around you. As you pointed out, there were no women over there. What does that mean? Are you a misogynist, Mr. Christie? Because throughout this clip, and frankly throughout your shows, when you're doing a face to cam, I don't see any woman. So maybe plonk one next to you. Otherwise, according to your criteria, it's gonna be problematic.
Mosque banned girls above the age of 12 from taking part, reportedly. Now, I'm just going to say something now.
But before you say something now, did they really ban them? Or was it just something organised for the men and the children under 12? Just putting it out there, yeah? Because words are very important. Was it a ban or just was it not organised for them? Because there's a difference here.
Bit creepy, lads. What is it? Would you be distracted by a 13-year-old girl jogging?
The only thing creepy, Christie, is the fact that you are wanting and highlighting that 12-year-old girls jogging are missing and how this is a really big deal for you. Is everything okay, Christie?
Are girls that age seen as sexual objects? Very
That escalated very quickly, Christie, and I'm getting concerned as your show progresses because this fixation of young girls jogging is becoming quite concerning now.
Strange, I think. Very strange. I'll also say this. I think that there's some very bad dads who took part in that run. How many of the blokes running have a daughter who was banned from entering? Did they just...
Again, they weren't banned from entering. It's a mosque that organised an event. And the mosque, naturally, will follow Islamic principles. No way, a mosque following Islamic principles. And one of the Islamic principles is separation and segregation of the sexes. In fact, if this is a problem and separation and segregation of the sexes is a big issue, Christie, then Orthodox Jews have something called a mechitza. And let's search up what this is. A mechitza is a partition or screen that separates men and women in Orthodox synagogues and during certain Jewish religious events. There you go. As you can see, even at the Western Wall, where a lot of politicians go to show their allegiance or respect to Israel, you can see there is a mechitza in the middle. Now, if that's your rule, then you gotta be consistent. Nay, if I was to go one step further, there is something called the minyan. Now, the minyan is where public worship and public reading of the Torah requires at least 10 men. Yes, not women, men, for it to be conducted. What is this? Is this misogyny? Is this hating women? Frankly, I don't think your viewers even know these two terms that I've mentioned.
What message does that send to their daughters? Remember when President...
Frankly, it sends a very good message, Christie, because we say when it comes to women working out, because of the movement taking place, there is potential of certain immodest things being visible. And frankly, this is not something to be done in the public forum. Religiously, of course. So stuff like this, if you have Muslim friends, you will ask them and they will say that if they are Orthodox Muslims, they will have their own personal gym at home, and that's where they do their jogging, that's where they do their running. Now, if somebody wants to do a public charity event, generally in the UK, they are hosted by charities. Therefore, you are under the confine of what the charity is saying. And they're saying everyone can go, that's fine. But if we as Muslims are organizing our event using Islamic principles, linking it to the mosque, then I don't think it's unreasonable that we follow our Islamic principles.
Trump criticised for saying this.
I look at London, where you have a terrible mayor, terrible mayor. And it's been so changed.
It's been so changed. Yes, I remember this bit where he was making grammatical mistakes, where this was the second occasion in which he was cussing the London mayor and frankly didn't want to have a dinner with him, actually excluded him from this, which isn't, very sensible for a leader that wants a Nobel Peace Prize when he just doesn't want to be in the same room as somebody and discuss the differences. I mean, he sits with the leader of North Korea, for God's sake. I don't think Sadiq Khan, even though I'm not a big fan of him, but I don't think Sadiq Khan is worse than the leader of North Korea or Israel.
So changed. Now they want to go to Sharia law, but you're in a different country. You can't do that.
Well, here we are.
Well, here we are indeed, because even Nigel Farage, his biggest fan, and many others that are sympathetic towards Trump said he was mistaken and he was speaking in hyperbole. Is Christie now saying that they are wrong and we are to take Trump's word literally? Because if we are to do that, then frankly there's going to be a problem, because Christie has a lot to speak up for.
Been banned from sporting events. And where are all the feminists? Feminists in Britain have been very quiet about things like female genital mutilation.
Before he starts shotgunning his arguments and making non sequiturs, which is an argument that doesn't follow, firstly, Manchester United, Arsenal, Chelsea, Real Madrid, all of these football teams are men only. You don't see women there, do you? Is it because they're banned? Is it because they're misogynist? No, they just have a separate league for women and a separate league for men. It's the same in tennis. It's the same in Formula One. It's the same in golf. It's the same in a lot of sports you watch. But frankly, your low IQ argument, and this guy isn't the only one. There are so many clips that I came across of people moaning about this event. Why is it when it comes to Islam and critiquing Islam and speaking against the genocide taking place, people make such low IQ arguments, even against God, frankly. But when it comes to everything else, people are very smart. People are very intelligent, but here we're supposed to just make do with these dopey arguments. And before he gets excited about FGM is not an Islamic problem. If it is, I'd love to see the reference that you get from the Quran or the Sahih Hadith. It is in fact mostly taking place in the African continent, and amongst them Christian countries as well. So it's not a problem to do with the Muslims. There are Muslims, Christians, people of other faiths that do this incorrect act.
FGM cases rose by 15% last year. Feminists are very quiet about forced marriage, even child.
Frankly, since he started his rant, I haven't seen a woman join him where he is. Yeah, so I just want to highlight that again because he keeps banging on about this. Yeah,
feminists are very quiet about forced marriage, even child marriage. Feminists are
they're quiet about child marriage because if you look, two of the most influential countries on the planet, the United States of America, 38 out of 50 states do not have a minimum age of marriage. There are children as young as 12 getting married. And if you look in India, again, this is a majority Hindu problem. America, majority Christian country. India, majority Hindu problem. Compare that with what's going on in developed, educated Muslim countries. It's not taking place, mate. So you got to do a like-for-like comparison because apparently America and India are supposed to be developed countries leading the world. India, the next superpower. America, the current superpower.
Quiet about Sharia courts. Now, Britain is the Western capital for Sharia courts. In one case, a woman...
It's not though, is it? Because you've got that in quotation marks. And it's a headline, which means somebody said it. Don't make it seem like it's a fact. And if your argument is having courts for civil matters in which both parties agree on said thing, could be marriage, divorce, or civil matters. If you're saying that's wrong, then this is a issue you have legally and in terms of law that you need to take up with the government because they have allowed this. In fact, I don't know if you want your viewers to know, but Jewish people also have their own courts. The Beth Din is one in London, but typically they are called halachic courts. You also have courts for Sikh people. Yes, Sikh people also have a place in which they can deal with their own issues. You also have Roman Catholic Church tribunals, not to mention ecclesiastic courts as well. So do you have an issue with all of these? Are you saying all of these are extremist and against the court system? If not, why single out only the quote-unquote Sharia courts, which cannot overrule the British court system? Frankly, I think I should be charging you for this tuition lesson. But you know what? I'm going to leave this to digest in your little head, and let's touch base again, and hopefully there'll be progress, my young Padawan. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum.